Hi, Carol here, and welcome to my craft room. I am really excited today to be able to show you my canvas, my mixed media piece for my Bestie stamps. I am pleased and happy to announce that I will be a design team member starting May, which is a few days. And I'm looking forward to designing for Sherry Baldy and my Bestie stamps. I want to give a shout out to Jen and to Sandy, who will be stepping in for Jen for a little bit, and she has just been very, very sweet to me and has welcomed me. And everybody over on my Besties, thank you very much. And now I want to explain my canvas. It's 18 by 22 inches. I have incorporated 3 images. And in the one image that I put, first of all, I cut a hole to put an 8 by 10 frame into the canvas, 3 inches deep, so that I could get a 3D look. So I actually pushed it out in to the front of the canvas, which you'll see, and I not only told a story in the window box area, the frame, I wanted to tell a story on the outside, so I did an 8 by 10 image of my Bestie stamp, and I did a digi and blew it up to 8 by 10, and I'll explain that when we get over there. And what else did I do there? There's so much in there. I also did the back of the canvas. And one thing I want to explain, and if you do mixed media, you understand it's a story from start to finish. When I bought the canvas and I set it up, I wanted to incorporate a story about Sherry Baldy and what I thought her stamps meant to me. And that's what I did on here. And first of all, she is a very industrious woman. She designs all her own stamps. She has a farm. She sells eggs, aprons. I mean, it's amazing. You have to go over to her blog, and in the description I will leave all the links that you can get a hold of all the design team members and Sherry Baldy and her Etsy store and her farm. And so I started a story, and on her canvas I wanted to portray just what I thought Sherry Baldy stamps meant to me. And I colored them with my Copic markers. So, and products, oh my. I dug deep into my stash, let me tell you, to get all the products that I used. And I went out and bought so much more because it was important to be able to bring you a nice project and a nice canvas. I love mixed media. And I was in my element doing it, and every day I worked on it. So today was an exciting day for me to finally show it to you. So hopefully I have, there's a lot of sunlight coming in, and it's making it with glass. I am getting kind of a shadow. So I'm trying to put it in a spot. Hopefully it won't do that. So anyway, thank you everybody. Thank you for welcoming me, and I look forward to doing much more using my Bestie stamps. I'm really looking forward to it. And thank you for joining me to look at my mixed media canvas. And we'll go right over there, and I'll turn this around like so. There we are. And here is my canvas. Starting at the top, like I said, it has these hearts. I showed this in a video. Each one of them has the paper that I used in the actual mixed media piece. And I used Tim Holtz inks, and only 3 of them actually. 3 colors in the burgundies, 2 burgundies and a brown. And I want you to see here, I used metal art. You can see that with the little wee bee right there. I used bling on the 3 inches that sticks out from the piece, from the actual frame. And I'm going to come around here. I used pearls going all the way around. I used this what do you call this? It's on the top, it's what goes on top of bags, paper bags. This right here. And then I use this beautiful embroidery that you put on pillows or blankets. This applique is absolutely gorgeous. I've been hoarding it forever. I got a whole big roll at a thrift store, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to place this piece of paper down in so we won't get any shine, hopefully, from the window. So what I wanted to do here is, see how you get that shadow? I wanted to incorporate lilacs, burgundy. I think I'm going to shut just one light down here. No, it's not that one. I think it's this one. I'm not sure, but I'll go right there. I think it's my window, actually. It's not letting me. It's putting a shine on there, so I'll try. There we go. That is the paper that I used, and in the description bar I will leave the products. I wanted to do a theme for April because that's my design month, and so I did April showers. And if you can see, I used acetate. I cut the acetate in a wavy motion, and I put diamond raindrops on it so you couldn't see the acetate. So it looks like it was actually raining diamond teardrops. And it's falling from the April. And I have a birch little stump back there holding it out so it's 3D. And inside my picture frame, I wanted to show you here. You probably see me in the background. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to get down like this, and then I will bring it in with the camera. I did an image. I cut out my own arms in this for her. I drew them so that she could be hanging on to this beautiful swing. I put her, let me get right up close to her. I used my Copics. I used my acrylic paints, my acrylic, I'm just going to grab it here, enamel accents for her dress, for her shoes so they look like patent leather. And then I put a block, and underneath the block is some corrugated wood, and she is swinging there on the top. I put all kinds of twigs in there to look country-ish. And I have this little boy, let me zoom out, and he is on this metal bicycle that I put my gesso on so it stood out a bit better. I glossy accented his shoes. I Copic colored his outfit like a jean outfit. He has a little, he's just as cute as a button. I just really enjoyed coloring him. I put a gate back there, and I swung it out a bit towards the back so it looked more 3D. And on here, I put two trees going up so it looked tall. So it's going right up there. And I put a little rake, and I have the grass and the moss on the bottom. And it's and he is standing on a birch wood block, like a round cut off piece of birch back there. And all those twigs are up the side, a lot of twigs. And then I put a nest with some birds because Sherry sells eggs, and I had this paper in my stash right here on the side, so I incorporated that. Behind the hearts I have some cupcake holders that were in, if you see them back there, they're for going around cupcakes, and they were very vintage and lacy looking, so I incorporated them in there behind the hearts. And on top I gessoed, this frame was black so I had to make it white. I have some bling up there. I also put a lantern with stickles in it to look like it was lit up, and this frame will light up, I will show you in a minute. And I put the frame, it's got glossy accents. It's really my beacon glue. If you use beacon glue that you get at Michael's, you get a ton of it, and it works just like glossy accent. You'll save a lot of money. And then I have it sitting on some birch, cut birch branches right here, and some moss. And then this is the butterfly from Martha Stewart that I put glossy accent colored it in my Copics. And then on the frame I have cheesecloth coming all the way down, and it's painted all the way around. And I'm going to swing out here, ha ha ha, swing. And let's go over to the April showers. Now this image is 8 inches by 10 inches, and I love her. I used, this is the Vertigo paper. Let me, see that texture? And I put stickles, and I used I did all these flower art behind there by hand. I made all the flowers in the background and the leaves, and then I used the enamel accents around the actual umbrella, and I used liquid pearls. Let me zoom right in and see if you can see those flowers there. And then from the April showers coming down with the acetate, and then beautiful little diamond raindrops go behind her, and they also fall in front of her under the umbrella. I have them glued down just to give the impression of rain falling. And then when I put the light behind it, you'll see why it was important to have this image so big. I Copic colored her. I did her shoes in the enamel accents, so they look like patent leather as well. I will put all the colors in the description box. This glasses I bought at Michael's, and I put the enamel accents on that as well to look black. And then I put an S bling and a B for Sherry Baldy on her glasses. I have acetate actually on the glasses to look like glass. I bought real eyelashes behind here to put on her. I tripled the enamel accents to make her eyes just stand out like crazy. And the dots are enamel accents. And then I bought this huge bow with the burlap and the lace and the pearls going around to match the pearls that are going all the way around the frame. So you can see why it just takes a tad bit of time. And let me zoom in on the flowers. I made them look 3D, flat images. I'm going to do a video to show you how I did this with the distress inks. It's so easy. And I cut these out with dies, and I used my distress inks to get that color. I cut out the fence out of a die, and then, I don't know if you can see it here, I used an embossing folder that was wood, and then I distressed it and aged the fence, and then I put the foliage. There's a wooden fan behind the flowers that I had in my stash, and I'm going to zoom back out. I used bling. Let me get a close-up of that as well. Sorry for zooming in and out. But I have this beautiful bling hanging here of the colors. The blue is for the boy, the green, and the pink. The green's for the girl that's in the swing there. And there's a little butterfly up in the tree. And the leaves that are hanging from the actual rope are all cut out and colored with my Copics, and it's felt. And I love her hair. I love the way her hair came out as well. I love to color. Oh, I really do. And let me see, and I love the color of the little boy's hair. It turned out everything. I enjoyed every minute. And let me just zoom back out here. And then on, it has a long, this was at Michael's, and I love the way it curls up on the bottom. Now let's concentrate on this big image here. I adore it. She did not come with glasses. I added the glasses because that is Sherry Baldy's stamp, is her glasses. And I put the foliage coming out like this. And I put on the back, I want you to be able to see this. I'm sorry, I have to move this in a certain way. There we are. And then I'll turn the light back on. Let me see here. Just for a second. Right behind here, I have a 2-inch piece of styrofoam cut into the shape of an L. And I put the lattice behind there attached to the styrofoam so that you know, you couldn't see the styrofoam. And then I made a L shape down in there because it's going to fit. I'm going to have 2 of these lights, these little battery lights. Turn it on and it flickers like this. And I made it so that it goes behind here and sets in that little groove to light up the, at night this lights up the actual umbrella. See it flashing in there? And all of the diamonds, when it's dark, it really stands out. And I have another one that goes up here into the, let me get it here. I have to turn it on. There we are. I have this one, and it is made to go, oh, sorry, I'm going to have to put this down for just a moment. Hopefully it will stand on its own. You can look at that beautiful image while I get this paper put down the back. I have done this video, I think, 4 times. I did it with my camcorder, and it ran out of time because I only have 20 minutes, and I needed all 30 minutes, so I had to wait till this battery died twice. Oh my. But anywho, this goes back here and sets up in the tree here. I think I'm going to put it right up here for now. I'm just going to set it there because it won't stay. But I have it so that it lights up inside the frame. I put it in the bird cage right now, but it goes in the tree. It goes right in there. It goes in that tree. It sets in there, but it won't do it for me. But it does, and it lights up. So you really have, let me just see here. I want to focus in while I have time on each little part. I don't want to miss anything. And the reason why I put the feet, let me just zoom in on these feet. These are Tim Holtz, the feet here with the ball ends on them, is so that you can put it on an easel. You can stand it up on a fireplace. It will look really nice. And this image stands out, like I said, 3 inches. 2 inches, I'm sorry. No, it's 3 inches. It's the, I have her just sitting slightly on the frame. Right here is glued, right there is glued, and then this must be 2.5 inches with the trellis. This piece of foam, can you hear that? It's heavy, heavy foam. And then the trellis, you can't see it, and you've got the trellis all lit up with that little light, and then the foliage from my dies. And let me just stand back just for a moment to get the full, like I said, 18 by 22. It comes there, and it goes down there. And underneath here, I have the year 2015. Let me see if I can get it up there for you. It is on this vintage button. I have a vintage button right here. And underneath here, I'll pick it up in a minute. It has 2015 in Tim Holtz. I'll do it like this, just for now. I want you to be able to see this on the bottom. It has 2015 right here. This is the balsam rose colored in. I did 2 roses in lace and colored them in, and then I hung the bling from the bottom. And this is a vintage, great big vintage button, 2-inch vintage button. It's so cute. So that there's a memory of the year 2015 on the bottom. Let me set this up. Oh my. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna set her down again, and you're gonna look at my image here. Just a second while I pick this up. It's hard to film something like this by yourself. There we are. And then I'm going to put my beautiful tea light up here where my eggs are. Well, actually now it went under my desk. Just a minute. Okay. There we are. See why I need a lot of time? I tell ya. There we go. I'll set it right up there where the eggs are. And I'll pick it up. And I want to show you just close up how that is twinkling behind that umbrella. I love that vertigo paper. And I will show you everything. I like the April showers with the wood. I colored the wood in with the distress inks. And let me just kind of turn if I can get close up. I have to push this paper up like that so you can see them. I'm so pleased. Can you tell? I'm just so happy with this. If you look up, I do a lot of mixed media. I have a piece hanging up here. I make it for my family. I just am in my element with mixed media, and I'm really, really happy with this. I didn't want to miss anything. This is all out of paper. I made paper rosettes, and this is little silver, almost like brads without the back, metal round pieces that I glued on. These are all paper roses, and I took my Copic air compressor and I colored each rose to match the dress. Here, I enjoyed making that. I have the burlap in the back with the gate, if you can see back there. I love anything vintage. See how her glasses look real? Their little nose. Look at her little nose. She's so cute. Oh, I just adore this piece. I think it'll look beautiful hanging up, and it really does display Sherry Baldy's wonderful. Let me get down like this. I'm sorry you can see me in the background. There he is. Is he not cute as a button? Ah, it's dreamy. Now let's turn around for the Testal Resistance, the back. Here we go. All right, doesn't matter that that green piece is sitting there. I think I'm going to, just a minute, I'm going to put you down again. Let me go like this. And I'm going to make sure this doesn't fall. I need to get it so it doesn't fall, because that would be horrible. Let me see. There. I think I have it. There we are. Okay, thank you for your patience. Okay, starting up here, I put a brass drawer hanger that I had in my stash. I use these on all my mixed media pieces. If you look up here, you can see it at the top of that piece there to hold it onto the wall. And I used my glue and E6000. I will buff it up with some gold to Inca Gold. I didn't do it because I didn't want to get my hands all messy, but I will do that and let it dry. I used this brocade and covered the whole frame. I think it turned out beautiful, just beautiful. You see this paper here that I Mod Podged in there, and I was doing that at midnight last night. I cut apart a simple bag. This is a vintage bag for putting gifts in, and I cut it all apart to fit the entire back here. So it still had that vintage theme to it. And see the legs? Let me zoom in on the legs. And you'll be able to set this up, like I said, on a mantle or on an easel. And I even put the moss on the back of the gate here. There's the tree. The only thing I think I regret that I did not back these in the back. But you're not going to put this up. The only reason I did the back is it's my piece, and I want the back to look as good as the front. I don't want to turn it around and it look unkept. So that's why I did the back there. And it's not really for hanging. You know, you could, obviously, but I didn't do it that way. But I did want it to look clean, and I wanted to look very elegant on the back as well. And that's why the legs are on the back, to hold it, to give it stability. And so does this. You can lift that, and it's a heavy piece. So let's turn this around again with the time that I have left. And we will, I'm sorry I have to do this. There we are. And I will show you a backup with the little bit of time that I have left. No, I think I'll do it this way, where I can just zoom in. There's my Sherry Baldy 8x10 piece. I just think she is, I'm going to get it so that you don't get any glare. I want to get up so you can see her real eyelashes in there. She has real eyelashes. Cutesy wootsy. I just love her. I love Sherry Baldy images. I can't say it enough. I like the little birds, the little wee love birds sitting on top of the fence against the rake. Aren't they cute? Just cutesy wootsy. And right down to the butterfly. And I did the front and the back on the wooden heart. And I used the beacon glue. Beacon glue dries like glossy accents. Don't forget that. And there's my bling, the bottom, and here is my foliage that I cut out, and I'll leave you all of these dies, the names of them, and I distressed them. I love the wooden fan behind these flowers. I wanted to bring out some green foliage. That's why I used these, they're soft burlap. Actually, it's really pretty. And let me see if I'm going to grab this light and put it behind there. See if we can get the effect. I love the eggs up in here. And let's see if two can fit behind there. No, just the one. Just the one. But it is flickering and it is shining. You just can't see it. Obviously, because there's light, and there's the place that I put it so you can see it flickering. That's my Martha Stewart trellis punch to cover the foam piece. And there's a close-up of the beautiful paper that's there. Martha Stewart butterfly. That is an actual cloth doily that I colored with Copics and used the beacon glue. I used crackle medium on this to look like it's aged with the twine. And I just love, love, love the acetate holding up the teardrops. So I want to thank you very much to everybody on the design team. Let me just put that there. We'll shine that up at the bottom. Look at that on the bling. Thank you for letting me join you. This has been a privilege, and I absolutely, absolutely love doing this piece for you on my besties. Let me give you, I'll put some pictures up, and I hope you enjoyed.